Good morning. Time for Drive Time Football. This is my non-Champions League. This is Week 1, game number 4. The 2006 Baltimore Ravens on the road to face the 2008 Carolina Panthers. Baltimore comes in here having scored 353 points in their season. However, it was this defense that held opponents to 201 points and had scores in both interception and fumble returns. Neither team scores on punts or kicks. Baltimore, led by Steve McNair, Jamal Lewis in the backfield, Todd Heap, Mark Clayton, and Derek Mason are the chief receivers. Stover does the place kicking. This Baltimore team was 13-3. They are formidable. However, they are opportunistic on offense, meaning they're going to have to hit the zone, right? The 2008 Carolina, this is Jake Delhomme and D'Angelo Williams, a two-headed backfield, and Stewart and Williams both scored 28 touchdowns total. Steve Smith Sr., Mushin Muhammad were the wide receivers, unbelievably good, and Casey, their place kicker. This team can score on fumble returns, but that's the only extracurricular touchdowns they can get. This team scored 414 in a 12-4 season, gave up 329. So again, they have a similar defense to Baltimore's offense. We got a really good offense versus a brilliant defense. This is going to be the game of the week, I think. I'm using my polyhedral dice. We're going to be rolling, and I'm using I made these charts for Drive Time Football about a year ago. It lets you simulate basically the entire game of football. So it just takes Drive Time Football and gives it a little more detail, which is nice. So here we go, folks. We're going to kick it off first. Neither team can return one for a touchdown, so we'll just check it. The kickoff by Carolina, by the way, Baltimore won the coin toss, touchback. So Baltimore gets the ball to 20. All right, folks, may the best team win. Baltimore at the 20. So I'm going to put here 20 so I know where the drive started. It's going to be odd, so the decider die tells us it's offense, and it's going to be 6 and 3, 9. And 9 on the offensive is a punt. The punt, or I should say the drive, is 11, so they drive 24 yards before they punt. 10, 20, and 4. So they get a 24-yard drive. 24, and then they're going to punt. The punt, 8. The punt is going to go 47 yards. Holy cow, folks. So 47 would be, we're at the, that would be, I'll just do it, 11, 21, 31, 41, and 6. They filled it at the 9. Let's see what the return is. Again, neither team can take it back to the house, so we're just getting field position. 1-yard punt return, so he fills it and tries to get something at the 1. So it's going to be a punt, 24-yard drive. Carolina's first defensive play, very good. All right, let's find out what Carolina does. Jake Delhomme under center here, folks. This offense damn good, but they are up against a great defense. All right, it's going to be offense, though. This is huge, and it's going to be 4-7. 7 is red zone, so we're going to start at our own 10. And it is a red zone. So what we do on the red zone is we just look at the die and look where we end up in the red zone, at the 14. So they've driven all the way down to the 14. We already know the drive started at the 10. Let's just wait and see if we score. How do we score in the red zone? 7. 7 is a touchdown run for 99. Touchdown run for 99. Jake Delhomme went 14-yard run. Oh my God. Delhomme on a 14-yard run TD. Extra point for these guys is good. PAT. Delhomme on a 14-yard run. Folks, that was a 90-yard drive. And the Carolina Panthers, due to the Baltimore Ravens, what you aren't supposed to do, drive 90 yards, and somehow Jake Delhomme on a scramble rumbles 14 yards into the end zone. Kickoff is 5. Kickoff is to the 1. Woo, we're going to force them to play. And Baltimore 8. Good return, 25, out to the 26-yard line for the Baltimore Ravens. So again, we put in here Baltimore at the 26. And let's go ahead and play ball. It's going to be defense. Carolina's defense is 5. 5 is punt. So they're going to force a punt, but the drive is 11. So the drive goes 24 yards, 9, 19, and 5. 24-yard drive and a punt. And the punt is 10. Boom. I think it's going to go through the end zone. 53. Yep, it's going to be a touchback. And we're going to be at the 20. So we got a punt for Baltimore. Carolina starts at their own 20. And right now, folks, they are the most impressive team. They have forced Baltimore to 2 punts, and they went 90 yards on their first drive against this brilliant defense. Defense. Uh-oh. Now it gets dicey. 7. 7 is punt. The drive went 9. The drive went 18 yards, though. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then they're going to punt. The punt 2, 18-yard drive. And 2, not a great punt, 35 yards. 2, 10, 20, 33, and the punt return. 5. 5 is 7 yards back. And right there, Baltimore, in the final drive of the first, is going to take over at their own 34-yard line. And here we go. What does Baltimore do? Folks, what a game. Carolina had an opening drive that was phenomenal. Crowd on their feet. But since then, it's been defense. All right, it's going to be the defense of Carolina, and we are looking at 4. Defense 4 is a fumble. Pow! The drive goes 9. They drive it 18 yards before a fumble occurs. 11 and 7 is 18. Ball is out. Fumble. 18-yard drive. Fumble. And who loses that fumble? 15. That's going to be not Williams over here. Baltimore fumbled that ball away. It's going to be Lewis. Fumble Lewis. Okay, and the recovery for them, they have a 6. Uh-oh. Holy cow. Carolina may scoop and score here on a 6. 5. They do not. So they're going to get the ball right there. That wraps up the first quarter, folks. Baltimore 0, Carolina 7. Carolina starts on their own 47. Wow. Unbelievable. What a defensive game here. Okay, it's going to be defense. Man, not good. It's going to be 12. Safety chance. We got to roll. Safety chance, a 1 or a 2. How could they get a safety? 1, it will be a safety somehow, some way. Holy cow, no way. There's no way. Oh my God. How do I describe that? How do they lose? Oh my God. Bumbling. Stumbling. I can imagine they fumble, the Dell Holmes scrambles like Fran Tarkington back in the circumvent, and at some point gets popped, ball comes loose, bounces around, and guess what? They dive on it in the end zone for a safety. Oh my God. Carolina minus 47 yards. Safety. I can't believe it. Baltimore. That is excellent. And they got to kick it away from the 20. So we're punting from the 20. That is genius. And by the way, this will be Baltimore to get the ball now. Baltimore 10. Punt from the 20 after the safety. 53 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1, 2, 3. I'm not actually sure if that was a scramble back and he fumbled it away and then they landed on these. I don't know if that's a negative. They count that as negative total yardage or what. Trust me, at some point in history, something like that's happened. Maybe not that many yards lost, but so imagine it was ball popped loose, bounced down the field, and the offense recovered it. Nobody else touched it, so it wasn't a change of possession. That can happen, right? It could literally happen. The ball gets kicked down the field, but I don't know if they would score that as a negative. And the return, punt return. Wow, good punt return. 23 yards, 3, 10, 20. Wow, Baltimore starts at the 50-yard line. Woo, Baltimore's defense scores their first points of the season. Is that not fitting that the 2006 Baltimore's opening season points would be scored by the defense? Yep. No doubt about it. It's going to be the Carolina defense. And we're looking at 3, 4. 4 is a fumble. Pow! Once again. It's going to be a fumble. The drive goes 7. So they go 14 yards before the fumble occurs. And they fumble it away right there. 14 yards, fumble lost. Wow. And Carolina, again, let's never forget, they can score on a 6. This is going to be one of those crazy games. Yep, touchdown, TD, fumble return, with a extra points. Good. They returned that fumble. Carolina returned that fumble back 64 yards. 64 yards. Holy cow, with a PAT. And guess what? Baltimore gets the next possession. What a crazy game. Kickoff. So both teams now have scored a defensive score 3. The kickoff is a touchback. Baltimore reeling, man. Their offense has been absolutely manhandled by Carolina. And here we go. Touchback. So Baltimore from their own 20. It's going to be 1-3. Wow, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be offense. So Baltimore's offense 3. Red zone. Look at this. So what's the red zone? 1. The red zone is to the 1. So they have driven it 79 yards to the 1 yard line. So this will be an 80-yard. And again, we got to roll. And 5 on offense. Red zone is touchdown run, baby. And guess who? 51, Jamal Lewis. 80-yard drive. Lewis, 1 yard run. Extra point. Oh, they can't miss it. It's good. PAT. Holy cow. Baltimore's made it interesting. Okay, kickoff. Touchback. Boom. So both kickers now, their leg is live as they're both booming it. Carolina goes to work. What a game, folks. It is Carolina 14 on a defensive score to 9 as Baltimore scored a safety. So it's 14-9. We got us a ball game. It's going to be offense. Carolina's moving the rock. 7. They've moved it 14 yards. Well, no, that might be red zone. Offense 6 is red zone. So it is red zone. 7 to the 12. So Delhomme, last time they were down here, Delhomme scrambled for a touchdown. They started at their own 20 on a touchback. Red zone, here we go. Let's find out what they do. In the red zone, 4, touchdown pass. Delhomme is going to complete the drive. Delhomme with a 12-yard pass, 2, and I rolled an 8. 8 is going to be Steve Smith. And their extra point for them can be missed. Oh no, it cannot be missed. Take that back. Okay, Baltimore kickoff. What a great game this is. 10. Ball at the 11. Baltimore fields it at the 11. And Baltimore returns it 14 yards out to the 25-yard line. No. 9 and 23-yard line. No, 11 and 14 is 25. Jeez, Jay. Out to the 25. Baltimore to the 25. What do? And we're getting close to the end of the half. All right, it's going to be 3. Red zone. Oh, no, defense. Red zone. It is a red zone trip. So we're going to go red zone 3. They're at the 5-yard line. So Baltimore's driven it down to the 5-yard line. What does Baltimore do against this defense? 5. 5 is TD run, baby. And that TD run by Jamal Lewis. 75-yard run. Lewis with his second 5-yard run. PAT's good. And here it is, folks. Final drive of the half. Carolina and Baltimore in a dogfight. 5. Punt, kick to the 1. Steve Smith Sr. is going to bring this back. Oh, 10 yards to the 11-yard line. Wow, not a good return. Okay, it's going to be defense. Uh-oh, not good. 3 is going to be fumble. Pow! Coughs it up. The drive goes 22 yards before he fumbles. 9, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ball is fumbled. fumble lost, and they get a chance to return it, folks. These guys are amazing on a 4. And it is not returned for a touchdown. That ends the first half. What a game. Second quarter safety for Baltimore. And then Baltimore scores for 16 points in the second for Baltimore. Carolina scores Delhomme touchdown and a fumble. Folks, Baltimore's ahead 16-14. Can you believe, on a safety? Carolina scored on fumble touchdown. That was Carolina. Oh, 14 for Carolina, I was going to say. Because Carolina scored on a fumble return. So it should be 21-16 at halftime. Safety and 14. What a game. 21-16. Unbelievable. Carolina will get the ball to start the second. Wow. Again, playing drive time football, my non-champions league. This is week 1, game 4. And I'm using my drive time details chart, which is great fun because it lets me get offensive yardage. Again, I'll have to look up that negative, that safety. Again, somehow, some way, somebody dropped the ball on the ground and they chased it down the field, kicking it around until it ended up in the end zone for somebody fell on it for a safety. I can imagine Delhomme turned to pitch and flipped the pitch out there and the back smacked it backward or something. And then as they all made Chase kicking the ball down the field. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? All I know is that's awesome. Carolina. Oh, wait, kickoff. So Carolina, the kickoff is goal line. They'll down it, taking it to 20. All right, so Carolina from their own 20. Here we go. It's going to be defense again. This is not good, and it's going to be 7. Defense 7 is a punt. The drive goes 22 and a punt, 10, 21, 2. They will punt. The punt is 2. Ooh, shanked it, 35 yards, 3, 10, 20, 30, and 2. And the return is 4. Going to return this 5 yards. Okay, so it's going to be Baltimore's ball at their own 23. No, their own 28. And Baltimore goes to work. Outstanding. What I love about doing this is you can get a real sense of the whole game. It's really cool. Yeah, we're still playing. There's not a lot of fiddly bits. I mean, we're checking a chart, but outside of that, it lets us get a real sense of what's happening in the game. All right, it's going to be defense. So Baltimore with the ball, defense, it's going to be 7. 7 is red zone. Red zone is 10 in the red zone to the 16. So they drive down to the 16-yard line. Defense red zone is 10. 10 is field goal. So from the 16, 33-yard field goal for Stover. 33-yard field goal is good. And folks, that drive, 28-16. What is that? 28, 38, 48, 58, 42, 32, 22, 20, 66 yards. Damn it. I can't believe it. Incredible. All right, we were at our own 28. Come on, Jay. What is your problem? 28 plus 16. Yeah, 66, 56 yards. 56-yard drive and a field goal for Baltimore. Carolina's kick return. Jeez. I'm turning it into fiddly bits, messing around here. All right, kickoff. Stover booms it to the 2. And Smith Sr. is going to bring it back 12. Beautiful return, 37 yards. If he had a kick return, you would get another chance to check or just check in general. But it is 37. So we're out to the 39-yard line. That is beautiful, 39. And let's find out what happens. Baltimore extends their lead. It is defense, man. As long as that defense keeps coming up. And 9 is going to be a punt. The drive was 10. So they drive it 22 and punt. 11, 21, 22. They're going to be coffin corner. So we're going to use coffin corner because they're punting it from here. So it's a coffin corner punt. So 39, once again, 39. Wait a second, we drove it. I think I just checked it, right? 22 yards, right? So coffin corner punt, 9. Coffin corner punt is 31 yards. Going to pin them at the 8-yard line. So no return, pins them at the 8. Awesome. Baltimore, 8-yard line. Unbelievable. Baltimore's got a long way to go. They are up, folks, by 9 points, I believe. No, 21 to 19. They're actually behind. I keep forgetting Carolina's got 21. So 21 to 19. Baltimore's trying to get back in this game. All right, we're going to get offense. So Baltimore using that offense, and it's going to be 9. 9 is a punt. Their drive is 6. They go 12 yards and punt in this drive. The punt, so 12 yards. 5 on the punt. The punt's going to go 40 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. And the return by Steve Smith Sr., 4, is going to go 5 yards. Whoo! Carolina at their own 45. All right, folks, here we go. This is the final drive of the third. Baltimore's the only team to score in the third. That defense is getting really tough. It's going to be offense. Uh-oh, Carolina's really good. 6. Carolina's in the red zone, folks. The red zone is 1 at the 1-yard line. Carolina's driven it down to the 1. Let's find out what they do. Carolina, 8. Field goal. Oh, man. They're going to stall at the 1. A 49-yard drive. They're going to make the field goal. John Casey's going to keep that lead with an 18-yard field goal, and that's going to be 3 points each in the third. Folks, it's 19 to 24. Hang on to your britches because the fourth quarter is going to be a doozy. 19 to 24. I can't believe 2008 Carolina. Well, I was going to say that they scored 24, but the defense scored 7 of that. So Baltimore's held them down to 17. They've given up a defensive score. Oh, wow, what a game this is. All right, here we go. Baltimore will get the kickoff. Carolina kicks it to the 9-yard line. And Derek Mason will bring this back 7. He's going to bring it back to the 22, so after the 29-yard line. Wow, unbelievable. Here we go. Handful of dice. Let's find out what happens. We're going to be looking at the defense of Carolina. It's going to be an 8. 8 is a punt. The drive is 8. Drive goes 16 before they have to punt. And they're going to punt. So 16-yard drive. Their punt, ooh, not good. 37 yards. 10, 20, 30, and 7. And the return by Steve Smith. 7. Steve Smith's going to return this punt 9 more yards. 7, 8, 9. They're going to have the ball at their own 27. Carolina, 27-yard line. Here we go. Carolina nursing a 5-point lead, 19 to 24. 1 touchdown by Baltimore can flip this game on its head. Defense, uh-oh. It is 1-3. It's going to be a fumble. Oh, my God. The drive goes 1. The drive is -5 and a fumble. Oh, my God. That's brilliant. -5 fumble. And the return on the fumble on a 4 is, 5 almost. But look where Baltimore has the ball, folks. Short field, Baltimore at the defense's 22. Can Baltimore take the lead? Man, what a game this is. 24 to 19. Baltimore strips the ball. It goes back 5 yards, so they get hammered on a sack. Ball comes loose. Delhomme gets up wobbly as Adelius Thomas comes off the field holding that ball above his head. Carolina booing. It's going to be, where's that? Offense. Uh-oh. Baltimore's not that good on offense. 6. Red zone. Ho! And now that's very simple, too. We checked. They are at the 3-yard line, so they've driven it down to the 3. And what do they do on offense in the red zone? They can take the lead here, folks. 3 touchdown run, and the 90 and 91 is the runner. That is going to be Anderson. So they went 22 yards. Anderson, 3-yard run. PAT is good. Stover doesn't miss. Carolina now down by the safety. Kickoff. I love this, man, because you get a sense of everything that's happened in the game. 1. From the 1, kick return out to the 19, so out to the 20-yard line. Carolina starts at their own 20. My God, that safety is going to turn out to be the difference, I'm afraid, here, folks, because Baltimore's defense is too good. Carolina goes to work. It's their offense, though. And it's going to be 5. Punt. Oh, man. 3. They drive it 3 yards and have to punt. 1, 2, 3. So on 3rd and 7, pass falls incomplete. And they got a punt. 9. 9 is a decent punt. 51 yards. 12, 22, 32, 42, 51 right there. And the return by Derek Mason, 8. It's going to be an 11-yard return. 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy cow. Baltimore takes over. Final drive for them at their own 38. Can Baltimore put this game on ice? Let's find out. 4, Carolina defense. Carolina defense is 5. 5 is punt. There it is. And the punt of 12. So they drive 26 and punt. 2, 10, 24. They get to the 36 and choose to punt. So it'll be a coffin corner punt. What kind of punt? Coffin corner 9. 9 is 31. They're going to pin them at the 6-yard line. No, 31 at the 5-yard line. Oh my God, Carolina has to go. Jake Delhomme comes out under center, standing in his end zone, huddled up, the crowd quiet. Delhomme looks over the defense, comes out. He's got to go in the final 2 minutes, 95 yards. Can he do it to find a way to win this game? Unbelievable. It is 27 to, let's see here, 26 to 24. All they need is a John Casey field goal to win it. So he doesn't have to go 95 yards. He just got to get Casey in field goal range. Here we go. It's going to be offense. That's what Carolina wants to see. Delhomme goes to work. 4. Punt. So it won't be a punt. It'll be end of game, right? But how long is their drive? 3. Oh, man, they only get 3 yards. 1, 2, 3. 4th and long, he throws a Hail Mary. So from his own 5, goes 3, and it will be end of game. He would basically throw up a Hail Mary and bat it away. There's no way we're punting on the final drive. So Delhomme from his own 5 can only muster a 3-yard drive against this Baltimore defense. Wow, let's go ahead and take a gander at this game. Okay, so the 4th quarter, 3rd quarter, both teams got a field goal. Punt, fumble. Anderson scores 7 for Baltimore, and unfortunately, Carolina runs into that Baltimore defense, folks. 26 to 24. What a game. Baltimore 1-0, Carolina 0-1. Man, let's go ahead and do some figuring here. My coffee's going to get cold. Can you believe it? What a game. So Baltimore had 24. Let's do this right. Come over here where I can use my right hand. Okay, 24. 24. 18. 14. 80. 75. So a couple of big drives there for Baltimore. 56. 12. 16. And that short field, 22, killed Carolina. And 26. They had 367 yards of offense. So Baltimore had 367 yards of offense. Carolina Carolina had 90 on their opening drive. Delhomme with a 14-yard run, 18. Minus 47. I'm not certain how to do that. Yeah, I'm going to say minus 47. So they had only had 61 yards after that play. Then Carolina had an 80-yard drive to salvage it. So 61 plus 80. And then Carolina had a 22-yard drive. And then Carolina had a 22-yard drive. And then another 22-yard drive. And then a 49-yard drive to the one. And had to kick a field goal. That cost them the game. Minus 5. And then they had 3 to wrap it up. 254. Oh, no, and another 3. They had 2 3-yard drives and had to turn it over. 257 yards of offense. Folks, that's with a negative 47-yard safety. They still racked up 257 and scored. Oh, I wrote that on the wrong. I wrote it on. Whoops. Game number 3. Jets. Okay, let's get this right. Baltimore had 367 yards to score their 26 points. Carolina had their 257 against that vaunted defense. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a great game. Now, as I said, NFL averages 26 times 12 would give you yardage. 312. So Baltimore should have had 312 yards. Remember, though, they had the 47-yard safety, right? Which is pretty interesting. Carolina, 24 times 12, should have had 288. But then, of course, we had a big safety, right? So if you want to know roughly what they should average, it's 12 yards per point. So obviously a shutout game would not give you, I mean, teams that have 3 points, obviously you're not going to get realistic yardage numbers. But that just gives you an idea of should it correlate. And yes, we're pretty close on both sides there. That's pretty sweet. What a game that was. Drive time football. This is only the 4th game of this project, playing my non-champions league with drive time, using my charts for the first time. I used these in my Canadian game the other day, but using them in drive time today. Absolutely brilliant, as it draws a real idea of what's happening in the game. Right? The minus 47-yard safety is definitely possible. It can happen as the ball is, let's say the ball snapped over Delhomme's head and it bounces and they all make chase, and as they fight for the ball, it gets knocked back into the end zone. Somebody for Carolina fell on it. Carolina fell on it. Completely plausible, can happen. And that is excellent, right? So very cool. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.